Hi, it's the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your February 2017 general readings. I hope I said 2017. I've been mistakenly saying 2016. This is for February 2017 general readings. Now, there's a lot of you watching, and of course, it's not going to mean the same things to everybody watching to the same degree. So make sure to check your rising and your moon sign as videos as well. They may play out a little more predictively for you this month. And just watching them may give you additional bits of insight into what's going on in your life over the month of February. Thank you. Always a note of gratitude to those of you who continue to watch and listen and follow my YouTube channel and to post those wonderful comments that I love reading so much. And welcome to any newcomers which are with us today. Thank you to my regular clients as well for the continued feedbacks you give me on the readings that we do. Thank you just in general for those of you who continue to reach out for personal one-on-one readings, which are my favorite things to do. It's an honor and a pleasure to read for you, and I'm grateful for the trust that you place in me to interpret and intuit the cards for you. And if anyone is interested in a personal reading for you or as a gift for friend, family, or loved ones, you can click on the little About button on my YouTube channel's homepage, which will give you a little more information and my contact email address. You can email me directly at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. I would be delighted to work with you. Current turnaround time for live or recorded readings is anywhere from a couple of days upwards of 2 weeks. But since I do readings full time, I'm usually able to get back with you pretty quickly and almost always set up something within 2 weeks at most. So if you're interested, email me and we'll go from there. So moving right along into this reading, this is for the air sign of Aquarius for February 2017. What does the month of February 2017 have in store for our water bearers, Aquarius? Aquarius for February 2017. Aquarius 2017. What is in store for you for February 2017 for Aquarius? Okay. We begin with the Two of Cups, followed by the Devil, the Queen of Swords, followed by the Fool, the Eight of Swords, followed by the Ten of Wands, and the Six of Swords, followed by the King of Cups. And from the bottom of the deck, your overall energy is the Two of Wands. Let's just take a look, Aquarius. So let's begin, Aquarius. We find ourselves at the beginning of February 2017, although I am recording these in the last week of January, with the energy of the Two of Cups, accompanied by the Devil. So the Two of Cups is water energy. That's the element that governs the Suit of Cups. It's that watery, fluid, mercurial world of feelings, emotions, relationships, and love. The Two of Cups is a card commonly referred to as the soulmate, kindred spirit, twin flame card. It does typically represent a beautiful union or coming together between often two people, could be two entities, even two businesses or corporations as well. But it means fundamentally a really great match. The puzzle pieces fitting together almost seamlessly on more than just appearances, more than just one level. This is a meeting of the mind, the heart, the soul, the spirit. Finding a really great job, not only in dollars and cents, but in every other way imaginable that you would find a great job. But I think for a lot of you, this is more relationship oriented. This could be love and this could be romance based relationship. This could be a best friend kind of soulmate, a really connected, beautiful union, a joining together. This is divine timing and orchestration, I feel, for a lot of you as well. Now, the Two of Cups is accompanied by the Devil, major arcana card. Now, the Devil represents fundamentally imbalance, significant and profound imbalance, kind of the scales being out of whack. It can represent addictions, conventional addictions like drugs and alcohol. It can represent unhealthy relationships, too much power and control or neediness, obsessiveness, basically too much attention and focus in one area to the detriment and exclusion of others. So the scales being way out of whack, things being very up and down, imbalanced. Now, accompanied with the Two of Cups, it looks like there's some stress at the end of January going into February. about a significant relationship in your life. For some of you, this could be a spouse, a close romantic partner, someone that you view as your soulmate or kindred spirit, or someone that you feel is your kindred spirit, whether it's in a romance-based way or a best friend, something like that. It feels like the energies of this relationship are out of balance, out of harmony. There's some kind of strife or conflict. Uh, and I feel like February is spent kind of in contemplation of how you want to kind of move ahead with this relationship or away from this relationship. Now, moving into the next set of cards, we have the Queen of Swords, followed by the Fool. My favorite card, I love the Fool. So the Queen of Swords, here we have air energy. Which is the element that governs the suit of swords. It's all about that airy world of what goes on up in here, our words and our ideas and how we communicate them. It's about how we look at things, our mental perspectives, belief systems, etc. Queens and kings, typically as specific people in your life, the Queen of Swords could represent you yourself, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. This could represent for some of you energy that you need to manifest, or another air sign, another Aquarius, Gemini, Libra that's figuring strongly in your life in the month of February. It could be the other part of this relationship, or just you. The Queen of Swords as a person would be somebody who has reached the mastery of her suit, as queens and kings represent, so mature, reflective individuals. Uh, in their maturity level, if not their actual chronological age. So, because swords is air energy and it's mental cerebral energy, this would be somebody who's very clear thinking, very linear, somebody who does not tend to rush into decisions lightly. She's a thinker, or he. This is a general reading, so this could be male as well. Um, this is somebody who tends to carefully consider things before making any decisions or taking any actions. Intelligent, well read, educated, perhaps well educated, even. Very curious, always about the inquiring of more knowledge, more education. Somebody that it's a very good person to seek very clear, honest, concise insight, honest answers, and advice from as well. So for some of you, this is your energy. This is you as the Queen of Swords. For others of you, this could be another air sign who's figuring strongly. It could be, again, the other part of this soulmate relationship. Somebody who's just playing a significant role in kind of helping you walk through this, or just with you in your life in February. Some of you, this is going to be the energy that you need to manifest, which is inherently your own kind of air sign energy, being kind of more logical, more clear thinking, not allowing too much of your feelings and emotions to make any major decisions in your life, because it looks like there's some imbalance in this relationship anyway. So just kind of drawing on your own beautiful, inherent, clear-sighted thinking abilities is going to help you. Now, the Queen of Swords is paired with the Fool, major arcana card, beautiful card. The Fool is a card about brand new beginnings. It's actually about that space of time in between something ending and before you take a new step on a new path. It's about that time period where you're considering all the possibilities. They're kind of endless, infinite. The Fool is also here to remind us that it's good to have goals and work towards them, but the real beauty and value of the journey is in the journey itself, is in each step of the journey. The Fool knows he's going to get to where he needs to go. He's all about um, walking each step of the journey, kind of the carpe diemness of it all. The Fool is also here to remind us that sometimes it's perfectly all right and necessary to step outside our comfort zone and take a risk, maybe do something new, do something you've never done before, in order to achieve different heights and reach different milestones in your life. Sometimes we have to take a risk. Now, paired with but it's inherently a card about considering the possibilities of new beginnings, and maybe in a way that you haven't thought of or done before. Now, paired with the Queen of Swords, this is kind of energy asking you to have a balance too, because sometimes the Fool can just go off willy-nilly onto something without thinking of the consequences or thinking ahead too far. And because of the energy of that Queen of Swords paired with it, and because your crowning card, the Two of Wands, is about long-term thinking and planning, I feel like you really need to stay balanced in how you choose to deal with moving forward, either with or away from this relationship or union. Aquarius, you need to maintain a balance and make sure to be very clear thinking. Look at the reality of it, the pros and cons. Don't let that be solely what makes up your mind, but don't but be careful to use that energy to temper the energy of the fool too, who's prone to just go off without thinking about the long-term consequences. So it's about maintaining a balance there and figuring out what you want to do moving forward. It looks like around the middle of the month, maybe the third week of the month, you may get a little stuck. Kind of, what do I do? Kind of maybe feeling trapped, like there's not a way out, but there is. It's just, you just get kind of stuck in your head for a minute because we have the energy of the Eight of Swords, that card of feeling trapped, along with the Ten of Wands, which is a burden coming to an end. So you're not trapped, you're not held hostage. It just feels like you kind of get caught up in, that for a minute, Aquarius. The Eight of Swords is a card about feeling held hostage and feeling trapped, feeling vulnerable, feeling like you don't have control. But it's somewhat illusionary because while this woman is feeling that way, she's actually not being held there, held hostage, chained up by anything or anyone except her own thoughts, her own way of looking at something, which is what the swords represent. Remember, swords represent our thoughts and ideas and words and belief systems and communication. So, what's keeping her held hostage and trapped, what's keeping you held hostage or feeling like you're trapped or held hostage, like you can't see a way out or there isn't a way out, Aquarius, it's actually your perspective of thinking that way that's keeping you there. These swords are actually, the gaps between them are wide enough she could walk through and away from them. With a simple twist of her wrist, those chains could fall off because they're not attached to anything or anyone. She could stand up, take the blindfold off, see where she's at, and just walk through and away from this. So there's something, perhaps the way that you're looking at this relationship, this union, there's some kind of maybe belief system that you're adhering to or a way that you have of looking at it that's making you feel like you don't have control or you can't get out or you don't know which way to turn. But you do have control. You can choose what you want to, and that's more emotionally based than anything else. And I feel like it's just a blip. Remember this advice about kind of maintaining this balance. Don't let your fears and anxieties and worries and emotions consume you. Make sure to keep the balance with linear, clear thinking and the reality and the facts of the situation as well, because that's what's going to help you navigate your way through this. Now, that Eight of Swords is paired with the Ten of Wands. Wands is fire energy. That's the element that governs the suit of Wands. It's a dynamic suit. Its energy is all about change, movement, action, power, forward momentum. Tens represent the end of a cycle. The Ten of Wands represents a burden coming to an end, usually a long held, long carried burden, kind of the cross you've had to bear. You can see this man is, his head is up and he's looking at his destination. Tens represent the end of a cycle. So he's reaching that place where he can lay this burden down, stand up and take a deep breath. So paired with the Eight of Swords, Aquarius, for some of you around the middle of the month, the third week or so, again, time being kind of fluid, it feels like you get kind of stuck in your mind and in your heart, maybe feeling like there's not a way out or you don't see a way out. Perhaps it's a relationship you want to get out of but feel like you can't, but you can. And for some of you, it's a relationship that's been out of balance, but you have the opportunity to bring it back in balance, and that strife and conflict is going to be coming to an end. I feel like for a lot of you, there's more of a moving away kind of feeling. Some of you may be leaving a relationship behind or taking a break from it in order to get further clarity on what you want to do. But it is all about kind of bringing this to an end. And when you start feeling kind of that trapped, held hostage, remember that you're really not. It is really up to you. You do have the say so. We live in a free will zone of what you can and can't do. It's all about your joy and fulfillment and what you really want in the future, getting that fixed in your head, which is going to make the path clear to you, regardless of maybe how challenging the path might look. You do have control over it ultimately. Now, at or towards the end of February 2017, and we know this, Aquarius, because I mean, forewarned is forearmed. So, knowing this ahead of time, if you start to get into this space of feeling trapped and held hostage, just remember that you're really not. Try and put the feelings aside and consider the reality of it, the facts and the truth of the matter, and think about really what you want long term. That's going to help the path be clear for you because you can make the choice that you need to make. Now, at or towards the end of February 2017, we have the energy of the Six of Swords, accompanied by the King of Cups. So the Six of Swords is it's a lovely card. It's a quieter card, and it has a quieter, more somber energy, but it's very positive. It's a transitional energy card of moving into a healing period. It's about moving. The water behind this boat is choppy and wavy and turbulent, but she's moving out of that. She's moving in, or he is moving into a time of where the water is more peaceful and serene and placid. It's a card of sickness into health, darkness into light, winter into spring. It's a card of moving from a very difficult, conflictive time into a healing and peaceful and quieter time. It's transitional energy, meaning the worst is behind you. You're going to be leaving that behind at the end of February and moving into March. You're not quite to the other shore yet, but you're moving there. It's a positive healing, a quiet, softer energy. Now, it's accompanied by the King of Cups. So this would represent an older, more reflective, mature, probably water sign male or female, because this is a general reading. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising, or somebody who strongly manifests the character traits of the King of Cups. This could be your partner, the other person in this twin flame soulmate relationship, and the two of you together. Some of you, this could be the two of you together at the end of February, moving into March. You're moving into a more healing phase of your relationship. This could be somebody that you're a new person that you're moving into this healing relationship with, somebody that's maybe playing a significant role in helping you move through the healing relationship. It could even be a best friend, a brother, a therapist, even if not your significant other or the other person in this relationship. It's going to represent somebody who's playing a significant role in the healing process with you. Now, your overall energy from the bottom of the deck is the Two of Wands, Aquarius. So the Two of Wands represents being at a crossroads and needing to make a decision on how you're going to proceed, which path you're going to choose. The key to choosing the right path for this man in the Two of Wands is in long-term thinking and long-term planning. So meaning take a look at down the road, 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years from now. What do you really want for this relationship, or what do you really want in the relationship portion of your life? What is like your ultimate? What's the big picture for you? Once you have that fixed in your mind, it makes the path getting there a lot clearer and easier to choose. So when you're thinking about how to proceed through this, and particularly if you find yourself getting kind of stuck in that I'm trapped, I can't do this kind of energy, fix that in your mind. Actually, before you get into the month of February, fix that in your mind. What's your big goal? What's your ultimate big picture goal for this relationship or for the relationship portion of your life? What do you really want for your joy and fulfillment in this sector of your life? Get that fixed in your mind and choose the path that leads towards that. Even if for some of you that means leaving a relationship behind that will not lead you there, because we want to move towards joy and fulfillment in our lives, particularly in our personal relationships. So, long term thinking and long term planning is key to choosing the right path and making the right decisions for your joy and fulfillment down the road, Aquarius. And don't forget that if you feel like you get stuck during the month. So that pretty much wraps up February 2017 for you, Aquarius. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. I hope you found it helpful and useful, and perhaps that it's given you a little bit of insight in how to navigate through February. You're going to be just fine. There's a lot of healing. You're going to be just fine, particularly at the end of the month. You're going to be moving into a much better time frame. Don't allow yourself to feel like you're trapped or held hostage, because you're not. Remember the big picture here. Again, if any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me, please feel free to email me directly at Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I would be delighted to work with you. I will see you all again in a couple of weeks for the mid-month readings. And until then, as always, Sagittarius, I'm sorry, Aquarian. I just finished Sagittarius. This is for Aquarius. Aquarius, as always, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life. And I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.